Yabba dabba doo. Welcome back, Slapdicks. This is Around the Lunch Table episode. Oh, fuck.
I
actually don't know.
54,
It's
55.
No, it's 57.
57. It's 50 something.
I don't know. It's 50 something.
We're definitely in the 50s.
It's 50 something. We took a little bit of a break. So, first and foremost, I wanted to thank our sponsor, Aperture Oceans, bringing ideas and ads
to life.
I
also want to bring up, before we introduce our very, very special guest, I do want to bring up Patreon. Patreon.com/Around the Lunch Table. Check that out. You can get episodes early-ish and also access to ATLT radio, exclusive content, and all that jazz.
And feet pics and butthole pics.
Yes, if you are the top subscriber, you get feet pics from me, and everyone knows I got the sexiest feet. Z, would you like to introduce our very special guest who really needs no introduction? He's been on the podcast before. You all know and love him. Z, who are we hanging out with?
You know, what we have here is a real Around the Lunch Table alumni, and he has been around since the beginning, and he's had some really great times with us on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, we give you the infamous Trevor Cartwright.
Woo! Trevor, how you doing today, man?
You guys are making me blush.
God, that's all we
want
to do.
so much.
Oh, God.
I've had a fantastic day.
That's good.
Did you do anything fun?
No, just brushed my teeth. I pooped this morning.
So you're unemployed.
Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. Basically, I don't do a whole lot from home. But.
Yeah, I get that. If I had to work from home, dude, nothing's
I wouldn't
happening.
get. Yeah, I feel like the people who like work from home, that only is productive for maybe the first week.
Yeah,
maybe.
If
that's if you're disciplined. That's if you're disciplined.
Yeah, people are like meal prepping and they.
I would be
out
because then like that would mean I'm on my computer. I could not resist. It's like, okay, Valorant, I could play a game. I could just chill.
Exactly. If my shit, I would have to have two separate computers. Because if
I'd have
all
to be
of
in a
my
different
like
fucking
gaming
room.
shit's on the same one, fuck no.
Oh, it absolutely is. In fact, my work even gave me a laptop, and they're like, "You need to take this home. You can't be working on your computer." And
You got to sign it out at the end of the day.
I've never took it home.
Because
It's
don't
still
workplaces
sitting.
have this thing where they can see that you're on it and working? But what's stopping you from opening it and then not doing anything and just doing whatever the fuck?
Oh, I do that all the time.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
good.
There's nothing
That doesn't seem
stopping
productive
me
at
from
all.
That's good.
I do work, when shit needs to get done. I do the bare minimum. Let's say I work like 20-hour weeks.
That's
And I get
nice.
paid for 40.
Dude, there's a study that went out. It was like the average employee is only productive for about 4.5 hours of the whole day.
Well, that's why in like Europe, right? They have
4-day weekends now.
Yeah, they have
4-day weekends.
like
It's Monday to
4-day
Thursday or
weekends.
something. It's Monday to Thursday.
Yeah, because apparently they got more done in 4 days knowing they had 3 days off than they did.
Yeah.
Well, I would
yeah.
agree with that. It's not my situation. I just take the time off as the week goes on.
That works. Z, I heard, we didn't really chat about it, but apparently you had an interesting day.
Oh,
today.
I
What
do.
happened?
I do have it.
Oh,
I
he's
do
got
have,
a juicy
I do have
one
a
for
good
us.
story. I do have a good story, and I'm so glad that this happened to me because I could share it here, and it's so fucking funny.
We love it.
And the odds of him listening to this are very slim, so I'm just gonna go and say it. So at my work, there's this guy. I'm not gonna say names.
Uh-oh.
So he's like almost 40, I think. He's like, yeah, he's about 40, maybe around there.
Okay.
Anyways, so he comes up to me and just assumes which I knew how to do it, but he's like, hey, I can't log because he's got a new iPhone. And I've gone through this. I've gone through this like fucking 4 times. Me and Jack have done it like 4 fucking times.
Because you're a Gen Zer, you just know shit about every
yeah,
electronic.
exactly. I think that was the whole thing.
Yeah.
But anyway, so he comes up to me. He's like, hey, can you help me set up my Apple ID with this phone? Because I think I'm logged in, but I forgot my password. I'm like, okay. Like, long story short, he didn't know his password, whatever. I'm like, okay. And he didn't have access to the email. I'm like, okay. I'm like, long story short, I'm like, you're going to have to just make a new Apple ID. I'm like, honestly, and just put it on your phone. I'm like, unless you have iCloud shit you want to save, you just need to make a new one. He's like, no, I don't. I'm like, all right, just make a new one. He's like, how do I do that? I'm like,
Oh.
and so I had just taken lunch, and I'm like, oh my fucking God, okay. So I fucking pull up the thing, and like, so I go on his phone, and I always do this. If it's someone I don't know or something like that, or even anybody, if it's their phone, like I tell them what I'm doing just to give them the courtesy of I'm not trying to stumble on anything. So like, I'm like, hey, I'm going to go on Safari and look up Apple, and then I'm going to sign one up for you. And he was like, oh, okay. I'm like, so I'm going on Safari, giving him a chance if something's there. I'm like,
Oh,
you
no.
know what I mean? You know what I mean? No. You know what I mean, though? I'm saying it's a courtesy thing. It's like I'm being transparent. Like, if there's something, I always do that. Like, if I'm holding someone, hey, can I go on Safari really quick?
Can I make a
And
prediction?
so they know. No, you're going to, okay, there was nothing that, well, let me finish. So, I'm not kidding you. So, you don't want your phone on Safari. This guy, he's obviously technologically retarded. And it's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. And I'm not disparaging the mentally disabled. I'm saying this guy's literally technologically retarded.
Yeah.
And so basically, I go on, you know how you go on Safari. You click the search bar. Your last like 10 searches will show.
Yeah.
and that's why I asked him, like, hey, I'm going to go on Safari. I'm going to type in Apple to make a new account. And so I asked him like 2 times just because I don't know this guy that well.
Course,
I'm like, I'm giving him a chance to be like, oh, let me really quick. And I'm like, obviously he doesn't have a second browser. So
DuckDuckGo.
So I click search, and the first fucking thing underneath, it says, Granny with glasses gets fucked.
No!
That's what it says. And so I see it, I'm like, ugh.
Granny with glasses?
Granny with glasses gets fucked. And then next one, Granny butt fuck. I'm like, dude.
The guy likes grannies.
Wait, I mean, he's like 40.
I believe in porn they call him mature.
Dude. And it was so fucking terrible because, like, I saw it, I'm like,
Just pretend like you didn't see it.
and instantly, because I was like, I'm going to go eat my lunch. She was like, oh, please, please, please. I'm like, and so I just did it for him. But yeah, so I saw that. And
wow.
yeah,
Shit.
that's basically my story.
Does he know that you saw it?
No, he doesn't know because I had the phone. He's sitting across from me. But the funny thing is, he's sitting there having a conversation with me as I'm doing it, and I see it. I'm just like, oh.
I feel like he's not old enough for granny porn.
Well, he's like
He
40.
likes
So I mean,
cougars.
he's older though. So.
Am I pulling something? Yeah.
I don't fucking know.
Yeah,
It was just very off-putting, but hilarious.
Well, I frequently do that to myself, where I will open up Safari and be like, "What was I looking at?"
That's post.
It wasn't granny porn.
Yeah, that's
it's still pretty absurd.
Why?
I do have a story along those lines. There was when you use your like if you go on a trip, you use your company card, to buy gas, things like that, and you have to turn in the receipts, right? So at the end of it, so we had this brand new office manager that you turn in the receipts to, and so we had this driver, and he just he pulls out all his receipts and just turns them in. And so one of them...
Inappropriate stuff on the receipt?
One of them was a DVD from an adult shop titled Assploitations 3.
Why does he just Google something?
Well, he's like old.
He's old school. He's old school.
He's old school. He's got the VHS tape, the VHS rewinder, the VHS cleaner all on the card.
Why? But it's a company card.
No, it was personal, but he kept the receipt and turned it in, and he's just like... And I remember like sitting, and he's just like, hey, this is not on the company card. It's fuck. Yeah.
Might as well let him keep it, the receipt at that point. Everyone fucking knows.
What a boner garage.
I think, like, what is something, if you were on a buddy's phone that he searched, that, like, it's so bad you wouldn't be friends with him again?
I don't think it would be anything unless it was, like, fucking...
Pedophilia.
Yeah, pedophile shit.
That.
Other than that, it's not a big deal.
I mean, if someone was, like... I don't think bukkake's that bad, but
I think it's terrible.
I'd look at them a little different, like...
I'm like, hey, listen, this poor girl. This is not a situation that in which I feel more just unsettled.
Yeah.
If I see something like that. Do you not? Who sees bukkake and they're like, dude, hell yeah. Why?
Can you please bukkake
it's like a gangbang.
Well,
like
no,
just 10 dudes and there's just one
like,
girl.
It's disgusting. If the girl's the jewel pod, the Miller Lights are the men, and they're just sitting there. Yeah.
Yeah.
They all got beer bellies and like ponytails and shit.
Not really my forte.
If this little figurine horse knight is the woman.
As much as I love seeing other hairy dick and balls involved with me.
No, we don't want to.
I'm not that horny, but despite me soliciting prostitution once before, it was an accident.
Allegedly.
Yeah,
sort of. It's all alleged.
You didn't know
action,
what was going on.
It's
I'm
alleged
not
action.
horny enough to be like, yeah, me.
Well,
and
they did say
this girl
accept
wants
all credit cards. So
they no
they
credit
don't
cards.
accept credit cards.
Oh,
They're all off the books, baby.
Yeah, no.
it's like we accept Diners Club.
It's like marijuana in Washington. They can't have.
Yeah, it's all cash.
No.
So Trevor, you recently you went on a trip or something, right?
Yes.
Where did you go?
I went to Las Vegas, Nevada.
Ooh, America's Playground. I love it.
Although I did not. So me and my buddies stayed in Fremont, like Old Town, which they
Fremont
got this,
Street. That's
they
a
got
fun
this
street.
whole new thing up above. You can like zip line and people
No
can
shit.
poop on you.
Oh, that's
They're
pretty
up
cool.
there.
Wait, they poop on you?
Well, I haven't.
Some people
seen
are
I
it.
think
into
it's
that.
figure speech.
I haven't
Oh.
seen it. But
Yeah.
and
There's just fucking shit all on the sidewalk.
I mean, it's Vegas. I mean, some people are into that.
and I went
That's
with
true.
I went with two of my friends who bring out the worst in me.
Which was
Nick and Eddie.
Eddie.
Yeah.
Anyone named Eddie just sounds fucking.
Yeah.
They just do crazy shit.
Eddie's just filthy.
Eddie has no remorse.
He has no conscience.
And so we
Uh-oh.
it's not that bad. Like, so we flew in Thursday morning, and we flew out Saturday night because Sunday flights were like triple the cost. So we're like, fuck it, we'll just do Saturday night.
It.
So we had the 10 p.m. flight on Saturday, and
10 p.m.
that gives you all of Saturday to just get drunk as shit, right?
Yeah, of course.
And that was every day, anyways.
That's what people go there for, anyways.
Yeah, and we get to the airport. There's not a fucking person there. Like, even the staff's not there. Like, I don't know what's going on. We go through security, and there's no one. The security was there. That was, or TSA.
It's like one TSA agent.
Yeah, it was.
No, he's the one who checks you in, scans your bags, then he's the pilot.
he runs back. Yeah. I was like, we're in Vegas, and there's no one
the
here.
3-in-1 shampoo.
And
shampoo, conditioner, motor oil, the whole 9 yards.
WD-40.
Go ahead.
Naturally, we're at the airport a little too early for the flight.
Yeah.
So we're waiting by the gate, and the bar isn't open yet. It's closed already. And
at 10?
What's in the airport? It's different.
I thought airports don't run on clocks.
We ended up finding a bar.
Airports close. Their shit closes.
Well, no, you know how they don't charge sales tax
You
there.
can go to an airport bar at midnight.
Because it's
I know some, but I'm saying there's a lot of them that close.
Well, no, I'm saying it's like an international place. They don't charge sales tax there, and also like you can drink at 4.
Well, they might as well charge sales tax for the price of a fucking coffee.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways.
So there's 2 other people sitting next to the same flight we have. So there's 5 people total. And me and my buddy Nick are drunk as shit, and we start to just fuck. Like, he's got the luggage with the wheels on the bottom, and so
you guys bring an extra case for souvenirs.
And so we were bored and drunk, and so we pretended to be a shuffleboard team, or like a what's the people fuckers who shave the ice?
Curling.
Yeah,
Yes.
curling. That's what it was. And so I was like, all right, Nick, I'll curl the luggage, and you throw it as far as you can down the frickin' like the way where there's like all the gates. And so he tosses it, and I'm pretending to fucking curl like just and we do that a couple times, and we're trying to see who could throw the luggage the farthest. And then the 2 people that were sitting next to us by our flight, one of which decided to come up to us and was like, I actually was a curling coach in college. Yeah.
How do you even find one of those?
And she's like, your form is awful. I was like, well, we're not fucking curling. Yeah. I was like, we're
this
just
is a
fucking
suitcase.
Yeah, this is
Your form's fucking awful.
Yeah.
You're too old to have braces. We're all making observations.
Yeah.
That was good.
And so she joins in and is like giving us pointers, and then like she ends up finding another bar like at another gate. So we go down there, we get more drunk.
So you went with her.
Yeah,
It was a woman.
She was our new curling coach. Yeah,
He said she.
Oh, yeah.
she was our new curling coach, and she was giving us really good pointers about shit we did not care about.
Yeah.
We were just like, that's amazing. I didn't even know there were curl coaches, but all right.
I didn't know it was an actual field.
And so we finished drinking. We're about to board our flight, and there's fucking 5 of us. And the flight attendant looks at us, and he's just like, hey, we need to pull you guys aside. And I was like, looking around, I was like, really? There's 5 of us here. We need to pull you aside.
It's like, really? I'm white.
They
Like,
pulled 4 of they pulled 4 of us aside. The husband did not partake in curling, and so he boarded the flight. The other 4 fucking passengers on the goddamn flight were pulled aside, and they're like, we noticed you guys were being extremely loud. And we're like, probably because there's no one here. And then they're like, yeah, we also noticed you guys were drinking at the bar, and we can't let you fly if you're inebriated. And I just looked at him and was like, so you're like, what?
It's
He's
Vegas.
like, what do you mean?
It's
Like,
Vegas. Everyone's fucked
I know.
up.
That's what I was about to say.
And-
Yeah. What the fuck?
Our friend Eddie did not have a drink.
Then why
at
is there
the
a bar right there if you don't want us inebriated? You fuck.
Yeah, and so our friend Eddie
Set me up for failure.
was not actually drinking, so he was like, listen, I'm not like, don't even put me in the same fucking category right now.
He ditched you guys?
No, I stood up for. I was like, oh, look, if you're gonna let anyone fly, please let this poor curling coach go home.
Yeah.
And Eddie, because they weren't doing anything wrong. Me and Nick were the ones being stupid. But then we also
That's good.
voiced our opinion that I was like, this is so ridiculous. Why? And they're like, we already pushed your flight back to 6 a.m. And I literally said, I was like, guess where I'm going? I'm going back to the strip. And I'm gonna get more fucking drunk.
And I will see you at 6.
Yeah, it's we ended up missing our flight. Like I didn't get to fly home.
Did the curling coach miss it too?
No, the other 3 passengers were able to board. Me and Nick had to go back to Fremont.
You're a good guy, man.
Yeah,
I
that's a
mean,
good move.
That's good.
Well, they had to take someone prisoner.
Wait, so hold on. So the husband just left the wife? And
No,
just,
he came. Okay, I left this part out. He actually came back out after he being interrogated and started like.
Well, we
yelling
fucked her
at
in the breastfeeding.
He
thing.
was yelling at her. He's like, "What the fuck?" Like he was like angry. He was
Oh,
like, "What the
shit.
fuck are you doing? Like, are you kidding me? You're gonna not let us fucking fly home?" And that's when I was just like, "Okay." Look, me and Nick were curling. The other
With
two
suitcases.
were spectating.
Why am I getting a blank? What the fuck is curling? I don't understand.
It's it's like a
you
winter.
know,
in fact, if you watch, we
they
should
get
watch
the-
the winter.
that looks like
Olympics.
the little what you're doing does not help me. It looks
Well,
like the little
They
thing you put in
shave
the water. Go,
ice. They literally like
yeah, they shave the
it
ice
out-
and they have this like rock and it goes.
It's the same as shuffleboard, but on ice. You throw like a disc,
Oh,
and you
okay.
got to make it like there's certain point levels, and
Yeah.
you throw
Okay.
it too hard, it'll. It's a
so
dumb
basically
game.
shuffleboard, but
is what I'm saying.
bigger size.
I'm not actually kidding. On the last ATLT radio, I talked about it and I looked up how much they make a year. Apparently, it's like 30 to 50 grand.
That's not bad.
As Olympians, though, and so the entire travel costs of the Olympics and the training and shit doesn't cover it, and they all have like normal jobs. And they're
makes sense.
Olympic. They're Olympians.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay,
it's economics, is what it is.
Olympian and fucking curling.
They're athletes. It's like when gamers put professional athlete in their Twitter bio.
I'm
Well, I
sure
mean,
if you
because-
told that to a hot woman, and you're like, "Yeah, I'm an Olympic curler," and she'd be like, "I like you less now."
Why wouldn't they just say it? Just make up a like you are an Olympian, so
Yeah,
just, be like,
just
just make
So
up
just
a
gold medal. Yeah.
Be like, yeah, I did track and field.
Yeah, I threw a javelin. Another thing. So, guys, what we have coming up? We have Valentine's Day coming up. Trevor, do you have any plans?
Is that a smile? Like hell no.
Oh,
of course
is
you
that
know
like-
that.
where's that? Of
I
course
shouldn't say this on air.
Yeah, you're giving us two different faces.
No,
here.
I don't like women. Next question.
Are you non-binary?
Oh no, I like women.
that's
I don't
good.
have any. No, I have a girlfriend. Thanks for reminding me, Mom.
No, I was saying like maybe you're seeing an old fling or something.
It is Valentine's Day.
It's Valentine's Day. It's when the girls forget that guys are shit. Remember?
I got
Yeah, we're
all
all-
men are shit except for on Valentine's Day.
Yeah,
we
we're
love
all
them.
those people out right now.
I got a girl's phone number last Saturday.
Oh,
It's a little early for Valentine's Day
Yeah.
plans with someone.
well,
who
no, I
just
don't
got a
say
phone
you
number.
don't take her on a date, but fucking
Just reminder that.
daddy's here, and he's got a dozen roses.
What
And
plans
a cock.
do you have? You guys, you guys both live with women.
Yeah, well, we're going to a restaurant in Tacoma.
Yeah,
El Gaucho.
Is it a foursome? Oh, El Gaucho. That's gonna be expensive
a-
as
a
hell.
foursome?
Oh, I know.
a foursome has been talked about.
That's why credit cards exist.
Yeah. A foursome's been talked about, but it hasn't been established yet. We're
I
still
just
working
figured-
out the contract.
Because you guys he said we as like plural going.
Yeah,
to Tacoma.
us four actually.
Yeah, it was gonna be me and Alex, but then he decided to invite himself.
That's not true.
I'm
at
just
all.
joking. I'm
Oh, I know, I
joking.
know.
Holy
No,
shit.
because he invited us, and then I made sure I was like, "Hey, we don't want to intrude." And then he's like, "Yeah, let's go." So
I
we made
actually
it.
have an El Gaucho thing of seasoning for steak at home. It's amazing. It's great.
Dude, have
Where
you
do you
ever
get
seen?
to, hey, wait, the wait, hey, you have
Oh.
your seasoning in the back?
No,
Like you're sneaker shopping, you check for 9.5s in the back.
I used to talk to a girl that I went to Wazoo with. She was a
Wazoo?
Go
host-
Cougs.
She was a hostess there, or
Go Cougs.
whatever.
She was
you
a
call
hostess
them,
cupcake?
and then my aunt makes gluten-free cakes for a living, and she made some for El Gaucho, and they like as a reward, the whole family got seasoning from the restaurant.
Hey, comments of the chef. We don't know what this is, but
No, it's like they sell it. You could like buy it online. They have like this whole steak package there from it. It's expensive as hell. As you
yeah,
would
it's probably
imagine.
$50 per plastic
I
bottle.
took that seasoning. I was like, hell, I would take free.
What did
whatever.
you do to earn the seasoning?
I was just present.
Dude, inflation is real. They're not even paying in cash; they're paying in seasoning now.
I didn't do the work.
So
She probably got paid.
yeah, I get paid 2 tablespoons per hour.
It's good stuff.
I mean, like either way, it's like
It'll really wet your whistle.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, I know that there's seasonings that are good.
It's
but
pretty
like,
good, right? Right?
Yeah,
Oh.
I've said that.
Hey,
multiple
can you
times.
sell me a gram?
Dude, can I get an
It's
8?
a-
Can I get an 8
It's
ball
like
of El
a-
Gaucho?
It's like it's half empty, so probably
So
not.
you probably got like
Another-
maybe 2.5 G's.
Another year worth of seasoning.
Maybe.
Dude, can I get a line of El Gacho?
That restaurant's fucking good, though.
Yeah, it's kind of like a speakeasy. You kind of feel like you're in Goodfellas a little bit.
Yeah,
you
you
know?
feel like you're about to
Yeah,
punch
I
somebody for
actually-
no fucking reason.
I raised a point. It was bullshit. They escort women to the bathroom, but they won't escort men. And I was
Yeah,
like,
women
well,
want
I want
equal
an
rights.
escort. Yeah.
Escort me to the bathroom.
No, but they have a guy that has the napkins and shit.
No one walked
That
me
is
to the
cool.
bathroom. They're just like pointing. They're like, it's over there, fucking weirdo. Jesus, so like, I'm not walking you
Yeah.
over there.
You know,
It's
I
like,
went
so
into
walk my girlfriend over there.
What's that nightclub in Seattle? Club Q.
yeah.
Okay, so like I went and they have like guys sometimes that are holding towels and
And
shit.
they have like colognes.
yeah, and they
shit.
have clones and shit. I'm like, dude, we are all fucking blacked. I don't give a fuck. Just give me my fucking napkin. And he has a little tip thing. I'm like, dude, I just want to grab this myself. And I still tipped him because I
Do
was
you think I
drunk.
brought cash? I'm paying with a card.
Like, do you think it's just
Dude, the thing is, they've gotten sneaky. They're all like, "Hey," I'm like, "Oh, sorry, I don't have any cash," because that's like a good excuse. Also, I never carry cash, and they're like, "Well, I have a cash app." I'm like, "Fuck."
Well, this guy, I'm
have a
saying,
cash
like at the
app.
club, I'm saying I'm in the bathroom. It's drunk. It's like fucking 1 a.m. And I'm like, dude, I'm like trying to grab. He's like, oh, he's asking me all these questions, dude. I'm here to piss, grab a napkin, wash my hands.
I can
I'm-
grab my
Who
own
are
napkin.
these
Grab my-
napkin people?
I can
have
grab
no
my
idea
own
what you're
napkin.
talking
It's
about.
like
Dude, they're in Vegas
it's like
everywhere.
it's like the dudes at Jiffy Lube trying to sell you an air filter. Get the fuck out of my face.
I had a similar thing. My favorite part about Cancun was some poor bastard was walking around with like wet towels and champagne, and he would just like, I was like, "Are you sweating? What do they call it?" And they give you they give you a wet towel, and I just
Are
would,
you
like,
coked up?
I would, like,
Yeah,
wipe,
my balls are pretty moist.
and I'd wipe it, and he would just take the towel, and I was like, I love that guy. Why isn't that everywhere in
degrading.
the US?
Yeah, we actually just
Hey, kiss my feet, douchebag.
I didn't ask for the towel. He fucking
No, I
came
know,
to
I
me.
know. I get
but
that.
he expected something.
Well, he got me pissing all over the toilet seat and whatever else.
There's
I did
probably a
wrong
lot
that
more piss
weekend.
on that.
He's got like a little pocket-sized Clorox wipe. Wipes it off for you. Smacks you in the ass. Have a
One
good man.
sheeter, two sheeter. Me and Aaron just went to Mexico, and it was our first time not going to like a resort. We just like stayed with family, and then we got to go.
You stayed with family in Mexico.
Yes.
You have family in Mexico?
Yes. My cousin is a airline pilot for Alaska Airlines, and so he just they bought a place in Mexico on the beach, and then he just flies. So he'll like fly to LA from Cabo because like 2 hours. He'll work for a couple days and go back. So it's kind of cool.
What a slut.
Oh yeah, he's a whore. But we stayed there. But dude, the amount of people, it was every, I want to say minute, someone walked up, they'd like be offering you like assorted towels or like a frog made out of freaking linen and hats and glasses, and then you're like, no, they're like, oh, you want a little Coke, a little weed, a little Molly?
Oh, it escalates
I'm like,
fast.
you're 14, dude. Like, holy shit.
No.
So it's like,
Sad.
dude, you're 12. How much you got?
The guy,
Is this good
we
shit
had
or
the-
not?
Yeah, we had the same issue in Puerto Vallarta.
Dude, it's Colombian.
The guy was like had tried to sell the hats and whatever, and then it was like weed, and we're like, no, we don't.
The weed is like brown.
Well,
We
they
don't-
start you
don't-
off soft. You want a
Yeah,
hat?
no, but
you want a bracelet? You want some Coke?
We
You want some
told
heroin?
him we don't do
want a woman?
drugs, and instead of hearing we don't do drugs, he goes right after we say we don't want weed, we don't do drugs. He goes, "You want some meth, man?" And I was like,
Meth? We never got offered that.
You jumped from marijuana to meth." And like, there's a
He jumped from being grounded to jail time.
yeah, and
That's
we're just
basically
like,
what that
we're like,
is,
yeah,
dude.
you know what? Yeah, we do want meth. Fuck marijuana. Give it all. We want it.
Jesus.
And that guy would not leave us alone the entire time.
No, the problem was I made the mistake of like I just felt bad for this guy, so I was like, I was like, maybe tomorrow. The dude found me on the beat, way like not where I was before. And he's like, hey, I'm like, hey, like I don't.
He's like, I haven't slept in 5 days.
he's using the product.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? The ultimate hustlers, though. I mean,
No, I'm just trying to sit there on the beach and drink, like enjoy my
That too.
drink,
They're
and
all
they're like,
they're pushy car
and
salesmen.
just after one
Oh,
after
dude, it's
another,
like
just
50
come
of them
on.
just
Yeah,
Well,
banging.
that's like
they're
their whole.
hey.
That's like their whole thing, though, is they target tourists. So
Yeah.
it makes
Well,
sense.
of course,
it makes sense. 'cause-
Gringo,
Yeah,
gringuita.
is that what they call us, gringos?
it's gringos. Yeah.
When I was in college spring break, I did buy drugs from those guys.
Was it good? average.
I don't know.
Why would you sell tourists good shit, anyways? You know what I mean?
no.
What are you gonna do?
I don't
Complain
know.
to the manager?
Let's just say, do you ever know what?
They're gonna give you a card. Hey, there's a customer hotline. If you have a problem with it, you can call and they'll get you a new bag.
do you ever know, like?
Hey,
especially-
Paco over there's got you a new bag if it sucks.
So we bought cocaine.
Nice.
You never know what the hell's in there. It just has to be white, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Of course, I made my friend Eddie. He was blacked out anyway, so I was like, Eddie, if we're gonna buy this, you have to try it first.
In case that's fentanyl, and I can say you seized.
Yeah. So I used him.
Use him as a lab
and
rat.
he was so fucked up. He was just like, huh? And then the guy,
Trevor Cartwright,
the guy,
scientist.
the guy stuck.
Hey,
his
what is this?
key
I don't
in
know.
there.
I'll take it. I'll let you know in 20 minutes.
Dealer stuck his key in there and gave Eddie a bump, and I just looked at him, and he just like shook his head yes, and I was like, I guess that means we're in.
He hasn't stroked
Eddie,
yet.
Eddie
so.
didn't die, so yeah, we'll buy it, and that was I did. So that's why they keep heckling
Yeah.
white
I
people.
thought about to say hacking. I'm like, what? Where's this going?
Yeah.
You never know.
Drug dealers are now hackers.
Yeah. Well, isn't like they always say like Putin is fucking hacking shit. I don't know. Russia's always like they got into Bank of America.
You know, they didn't come from Putin. I don't support Putin. Louisiana State, Tigers, big eaters. I paid.
You know
I
what?
paid.
I'm sitting here wondering why the fuck Russia would want to invade Ukraine. There's nothing there besides the shit they fucking blew up.
Dude,
Well, it's because they see Ukraine as like it's a part of Russia.
yeah.
They literally had
And we
a
sent
nuclear
2,000
Russia's
meltdown.
the biggest country in the world.
No,
We
a
sent
nuclear
2,000
meltdown
troops.
happened in Ukraine.
Chernobyl.
Is
yes,
that Chernobyl? Yeah.
yes. Why the fuck would you're
Okay,
like? You know what? They're actually content.
Well,
not
that
being
doesn't
part of it.
contaminate the whole country.
Well, there's like deers with two heads and shit. That's kind of
That is not true.
If you
It-
put one in
yeah,
a zoo.
it does
That
not-
is not true.
It does not contaminate the
No, the
entire
animals are
country.
actually fine. Animals live there. They're
I played a
fine.
lot of Fallout. I don't fucking know.
Ukraine is the last place that I would be like, I want it.
Dude, I saw this thing on Instagram today. It said the most attractive women are from Turkey. Didn't know that.
Well,
Gobble,
it makes
gobble.
sense. They got they got good weather. You know,
Do they have good weather? What kind of weather does Turkey
kind
have?
of-
Hey,
I'm going to add that on my weather app. Turkey.
What do you know about the Turkey ecosystem?
hey guys, what?
Well, it's only 2 clicks past the equator.
I know.
so-
Like, what do you? What,
what
is the
it's
climate?
by the Mediterranean in everything.
It is by the Mediterranean. It is by the Mediterranean.
Yeah, Italy.
not by
Italy
it,
is
but-
gorgeous. Greece is gorgeous.
No, yes, it
Morocco's gorgeous. Southern France is gorgeous. Turkey's there.
Notice how you do.
Just a heads
you
up.
said Turkey last, by the way.
Yeah. Also, apparently, Luxembourg has the most
Yes.
money per capita.
They do,
It's
they
the
do,
richest
yeah.
country, Luxembourg. I thought that was like a city.
They're
Yeah, it's
very-
because
no,
everyone
they're- it's
does
very-
everything for
It's
them.
very small. It's very small.
They've never paid for a military in their entire existence.
How do you know this?
I minored in history.
Oh.
Also,
Go Cougs.
they don't have they. I don't know if you ever noticed, but in World War II, they were never mentioned because they got fucking walked over.
They're like, well,
They got fucking shit on.
they're like, well, you have a $20,000 chandelier, but we have AKs.
Yeah.
Dude, imagine the looting in
I'll-
World War II if you were like a fucking American soldier. The shit you could fucking take. Like,
You know what? It's
holy
actually
shit.
against the Geneva Convention now. You can't. There's no spoils.
Because
of
everyone
war
follows the Geneva Convention.
There's no spoils of war anymore. Well, I guess where we go now, there's not any valuables. So
I was going to mention two things about your reference to the Turkish women being the most attractive. One,
Okay,
where
yes.
did you find out who voted on that? Because
Yeah, I
it
don't
sounds
know.
like a 2,000 person survey where they just that doesn't
Turkey.
represent.
that someone got on their email account.
And also Gal Gadot.
Honey, if the principal in Nigeria
you know Gal
emails you,
Wonder
you
Woman,
answer
Wonder
it.
Woman, who I
She's
are-
Jewish.
Yes, she's from Israel. Okay, that is right below Turkey.
Dude.
So
Natalie Portman
she-
and the Gal woman, Wonder Woman.
Gal Gadot.
Very attractive women. Jewish.
I argue Gal Gadot is the hottest woman on the planet.
Really?
Do you
it's
not think
it's
so?
It's not Gadot.
Good. It's
Oh, I don't know what it was.
Gadot. I don't know. I'm
Gadot.
assuming it's
Wait, a dot?
you.
Gadot.
Oh,
It's
I said-
Gadot.
I'm
It's
assuming
Godot.
it's
It's
silent.
Godot. It's
yeah,
like
it's
it's
Godot.
like it's like the wine, like Pinot.
Dude,
it's
fuck-
not. It's not Pinot. It's Pinot.
Fuck silent letters, dude. What the fuck's the point of that?
Well, there's usually accent marks to let you know what's what. But
But see, I would assume Gal Gadot would be French because they do that shit all the time. I mean, I know we have silent letters, but the way they French actually spell it out that way, like Bordeaux. You know, the X
well,
at the
apparently
end.
English is actually one of the hardest to learn out of everything. Apparently.
Yeah, I know.
Not
It's-
like Chinese was.
No, I'm saying English is up there with some of
Chinese
the
is
hardest
extremely
Well,
languages.
it's
hard
because
to
we have
learn.
like 18 words. That
I'm
mean the
sure
same
I'm.
thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why it's like all the synonyms and shit. I'm saying
Do you ever see
Chinese. I'm sure is hard, but I'm saying like apparently like learning English is very difficult.
I mean,
Like
So
the
I've
usage
heard.
of the.
I
usage
mean,
of,
I
like-
learned English just fine.
Yeah, no shit.
Fucking idiots. Yeah, and the English happen to make the rest of the fucking world learn it too, and they're like, learn the hardest language. Fuck you.
Yeah, love
Suck
it.
it.
I like it. Yeah, capitalism right there.
Isn't it weird that the Bill Cosby sweaters are in a museum?
Are they still there?
I feel like they're removed. I think that's worth a Google before I
Well,
continue.
is there-
Fact
I
check
think-
me. I'm fact checking. I'm fact checking.
I think there is two weird
but they
things
were
in museums.
they were in they
There's
were
the
in
Bill
museum.
Cosby sweaters and the Elephant Man's bones.
Yeah.
The Elephant Man's
Hey,
bones.
come look at this guy's twisted skeleton. Like
Yeah.
it's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, he's all twisted up. Let's just put him on a fucking hat rack.
How do museums exist? Are they like government funded?
Yeah, they're government funded. Yeah.
Okay, they're just like, we need you. No one goes to them, but they're like, we need
I feel like
this
I feel like
here.
depending on what it is.
Cause like the Seattle Art Museum, I've been there. Like that's cool as like a date. You get to look and shit and act like you know what it means. It's like
Dude, they were in the New York Museum dedicated to the preservation of artifacts related to film.
preservation of artifacts.
But I'm saying they've been removed. Yes, they've been.
He raped 55 girls in these sweaters. Like that's fucked.
Dude, I mean, he has those iconic sweaters though, and all the pictures he has, dude.
Dude, isn't he talking about going back on tour?
Yeah, first of all, he's like old as fuck.
Wait,
but,
Bill
like,
Cosby's
Bill
not
Cosby's-
in prison?
No, he got
No,
out.
he's out now.
He's out.
He's
The
out
world
roaming the
is no
streets.
longer safe.
I mean, he's like
Hide your girls.
5 or something. But I mean,
He's gonna go on tour. Dude, his jokes are gonna be so outdated.
listen here, in the flowers.
No one's gonna see fucking Bill Cosby. Is he delusional?
Can you imagine us being like, "Hey,
First
dude,
of all,
do you
okay,
wanna go
first
see
of all,
Bill Cosby?"
actually, first of all, Bill Cosby. I don't know if has, but even now, I'm saying he has so much fucking money.
He's worth like 800
No,
million.
yeah, it's way up there because I watched this thing. I was reading this thing about it. So like in films and
I was
production,
just randomly
which-
googling Bill Cosby that night.
no, I'm saying I was like I went to a rabbit hole. We've all done rabbit holes.
Yeah, of course.
Think before you speak. And so basically, what happens is I'm reading this thing, and so he like owned like this film company thing, and he made a shit ton of money. Isn't that funny? He made this, and so he would get paid first of all for the rights of all his shows. He made millions, and he would get paid being the director and the creative. He would get paid for different titles, all those persons' salaries, and so he'd get fucking all this money. He's rich
And
as
he'd
fuck.
rape them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess so. Yeah,
Just a
No,
wee bit of a
I just
breadcrumb
love how
there.
the rabbit hole ended up at Bill Cosby, and
well, I just thought it was interesting.
Yeah, I mean,
there's a documentary that I think just came out on everyone basically talking shit about him.
Well,
Well,
yeah,
yeah.
obviously he.
Well, I just love those documentaries for fucking anything nowadays.
yeah, like
Fucking-
the fucking Jeffrey Epstein ones. Those were
That
awful
was
to watch.
It was unsettling, but kind of like it was
I-
fascinating.
I
because it's
can't
saying-
believe the bitch got out of it. I'm sorry. I can't believe she didn't get out of it. I thought she'd have so much money that she actually got tried and is going to prison.
she should have left.
she's gonna get killed like he did.
Yeah. Somehow the cameras turned
But
off.
I'm saying,
malfunction.
in itself, I'm saying the documentary is definitely disgusting. But I'm saying, on the same token, it's very like crazy. All the shit,
Dude,
he gets it all dropped. I'm saying because he's so rich, he had influenced the what is it? Not the head prosecutor, but he was like a guy in like a
Yeah.
senator or some shit of the. Yeah, I don't know. It was crazy.
the worst documentary I ever watched was the Michael Jackson.
I know. Okay,
one.
I started it, but I didn't. I started like maybe 3 minutes,
It
and I was by
just-
myself. I wouldn't
it
want
was
to watch by myself.
It was so graphic because they actually had two of the boys.
Well, they're telling their truth. It has to be graphic.
Yeah, and so they were just like, yeah, and that's when he would like want me to suck his nipples and touch his penis and
Oh
shit.
my
He's like,
God.
No, they.
You know, I'm-
Jamona.
I'm joking about it.
South
And
Park was
as
correct.
it was coming out, I realized that was insensitive.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, well,
but it's kind of funny.
if you're listening to Around the Lunch
I
Table,
mean, like murder documentaries are like the most popular thing in the fucking country.
If Michael Jackson
And
comes
if
through your
those aren't
window, if Michael
graphic-
Jackson was alive today and came through your window and like hopped into bed with
Well-
you, what would you do?
I'm not a little boy, I'd whoop his ass.
No, I would honestly let him. It's Michael Jackson. It's King of Pop, man.
You would let.
It's the King of Pop. First
imagine
of all,
telling that story.
I would.
He's
I would-
scary looking.
Yeah,
when
he is. He is. But
when
he's
he
also
turned white.
He's also like 100. He was like 135 pounds. So basically, what I would do, I'd be like, hey, let me see. I want to see the moonwalk live. I'd be like, if you do that, I'll fuck you. And then he'll do
I
it.
think
And then
he
I'll just,
fucks you.
And then I'll beat his ass. And then after we're fine. I just want to see him dance.
I think
And then after I beat him up,
Dance for me.
I have like a gun shoot to the ground. Dance, dance.
shine your shoes, do a little dance.
No.
Let's be clear. I wouldn't let him fuck me. I'd beat his ass.
Okay.
But I would pretend that I'm gonna let him, so then he'd dance for me. That's a
think-
king. Let's be honest. It's a king of pop.
Yeah.
This isn't some guy down by the 7-Eleven.
I think he'd dance for you after he got fucked. I think
I
he'd
wouldn't-
fuck you.
He would not. He weighed like 135 pounds. I would beat the fuck out of him.
I don't know. The thing is, I feel like everyone just forgot that he turned himself white. Like, why does no one talk about that? Like, that's so weird.
Okay, I don't know if this is confirmed.
Extremely weird.
Don't fact check me. Apparently, he has a skin condition in which
Didn't look like it when he was black.
I'm just saying you could
His
see-
nose fell off.
No, he had a lot of plastic surgeries, but I'm saying apparently when it comes to the pigmentation of his skin, it was actually a skin disorder he had.
That's what he told people.
That's
Yeah.
Hey, I don't know. I don't know.
Here's
I'm
the
just
thing.
saying. That's what
I've
he told
never
people.
seen anyone else in the world who was like, I'm black and I want to turn white.
But who the fuck do you know?
People change
anybody
genders.
who
they do.
who had that early on in the 2000s? Is that even possible that you could change the pigmentation of your skin?
That's what I thought. It was some fucking.
I'm saying, could you back then? Because you did in the early 2000s.
If you
/
were,
late 90s.
dirty rich.
I mean, I guess,
if
yeah,
you
if
got
you're
all the
dirty
money
rich.
in the world, dude. You're like, I want to be white.
Isn't it weird how Eazy-E died of AIDS within a few months? That's not funny. Within a few months, but Magic Johnson's prancing around, played an All-Star game with AIDS. Isn't that interesting? You ever thought of that?
Well, I thought.
I think there's a-
I thought Suge Knight fucked him.
Easy.
Even though he injected him with AIDS.
Yeah.
That is the whole thing. But either way, I'm saying he died so quickly in comparison. There's people out there like Magic Johnson who's just alive and free. I'm convinced he's cured.
I think he was just.
He's rich enough to probably got it.
I think he was more aware of his situation and also probably regularly saw a doctor versus Eazy-E
This
probably
guy-
never saw a doctor and was just
we're
had
talking-
full blown AIDS.
We're talking
No,
about
he
a
had
guy.
HIV. If you have Magic got HIV and knew about it, and then you can not treat it, but you can.
You can minimize the symptoms.
I guess that makes sense, but we're
Eazy-E
talking about
probably
a
had
guy.
full-blown
Dude,
AIDS
there's
and was like,
there's
"Oh,
interviews
shit,
of
I'm
Magic
dying."
Johnson when he was younger talking about fucking like 4 women in an elevator.
You think Eazy-E
Isn't he
didn't?
fucked the most girls in history?
Magic Johnson's up there. He's up there.
He's up there with.
He's
frickin-
known for being a fuckstick.
Magic Johnson, yeah. It's it. You given that name, you have to do it.
He should be in the face of
Not-
a condom.
He didn't ask for those powers. It just
Well, he's up there with Hugh Hefner, right? I believe. Because Hugh Hefner was like thousands or whatever.
I mean,
Hugh Hefner lived a long fucking life.
Yeah, he did. He did. Good for him. But apparently, the Playboy Mansion is fucking just disgusting and old. And
What do
just-
you expect when you go
shitty.
in there? It's a porn mansion.
But they girls get paid and they get allowances apparently. But
Allowances. I take an allowance to get fucked.
they took the allowance, but then like, yeah, it was disgusting. But I took the
I know, yeah.
But I took the allowance.
I took the money.
The new Hugh Hefner's Dan Bilzerian.
Isn't he like crazy in debt or some shit?
There's a lot of
Doesn't look like it.
Well, the cool thing is Ignite, his company, it's public, so you can look at the transcripts, you can look at all the business dealings and shit, and they're not profitable. I don't know how the fuck they're still standing.
They're laundering money.
You want to know the interesting thing? I've watched so many fucking videos about that. And one of the interesting things is, so his dad, back in like the 80s or the 70s or 80s, he did jail time and shit for defrauding investors of millions and millions of dollars. Basically, if that happens to you, you are not allowed to run a company. You're not allowed to be involved with the company. But all the employees of Ignite or ex-employees, blah, 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 said that his dad was like running the meetings, doing this and that and the third, which is illegal. Because if you've defrauded a company...
It's illegal.
It's illegal. But if you've defrauded a company and did all that shit, it's illegal for you to run a company or be in charge of finances in any way.
Well,
Which
what
is very
I
interesting.
do know is that guy is still posting videos.
Yeah, so I don't know if
of
he's actually
his
fine or he's
Giant
trying to-
mansion with a bunch of women.
Do you remember?
Bali
Did you ever
and-
see that? Did you ever see that YouTube video of Dan Bilzerian? It's on Architectural Digest, and he...
For reference,
Yeah, for reference.
A
And
worksite
that
page.
huge mansion in Bel Air that he's had like a green grass, like a putting green thing on the top. It looked like in like a gym on the roof. And so the guy from Shark Tank, Kevin, went over there and asked him, how's he afford all this and shit? And he's asking him. And then after all this shit came out, that Dan's kind of, he was renting the home because they put, oh, this is Dan Bilzerian's home, but he's actually renting it for some insane amount a month. And he was putting it on the Ignite company was paying for it. And what he would
Writing it
do,
off.
all he did was plaster the logo everywhere and would just use it as a business expense, which you can only do so much.
Yeah.
well, I guess we'll see in the next like 2 or 3 years if a guy just disappears off the face of the planet. Then your theories
Yeah, we'll see.
are correct.
Well, we're at 40.
All right, that's pretty good. That's pretty good, I'd say.
It's pretty good.
Trevor, where can they find you?
Probably nowhere.
On Instagram.
Pornhub.com/
Trevor Cartwright at Trevor Cartwright. No
Nice.
spaces.
Nice. And you guys can find me at Isaiah_Lesney. Where can they find you, James?
You can find me at Jack_Spence or both of our
I like how we both
Instagrams.
have the first underscore because we made that like in high school-ish
Yeah.
times, and we both did
Yeah.
the same thing. I just think
Apparently
it's
there's
funny.
a lot of Jack Spences.
But the thing is, there's no Isaiah Leslie's, and I still didn't do it. So what am I doing?
that
I don't know.
sucks.
But thanks guys for listening. I don't know what episode it is. I think it's like 57, 56.
We'll figure it out when we post it.
69.
We'll figure it out. We got we gotta
I
do some
do want.
special for
Oh yeah,
that.
69. We're just fucking bitches on the fucking podcast.
Yeah, that'd be sick as fuck.
Yeah. Do want to shout out the Patreon, patreon.com/around the lunch table, or subscribe on Apple Podcasts for episodes early-ish. You also get access to ATLT Radio and access to exclusive content like our Hot Ones episode and other things coming out soon.
Yeah, that's really about it. Yeah, so for all you people out there, first thing, on atltstore.com, there is headbands are released, and that's, hey, listen, summertime, baby. The headbands are coming out when
Hell
you're
yeah.
going boating, when you're going out to the lake. It's perfect. Okay,
Beautiful.
Get a headband. There's other merch on there.
We also got visors. I rocked one today.
Yeah, he's got a
Check it
visor
out.
on. We got a lot of things coming
Check
out. And
it
then
out.
we're going to
Looks
come out
good.
with more things for summertime as it approaches /spring, especially spring break. So all you floozies out there that want something good, it's going to come fast.
Oh, yeah, it's gonna
so
look so sexy.
and also we did take a little hiatus last week because we had some things going on, but we're back on the horse. We're going to be at you next week. We will be at you next week. We'll be right in your face, right in your grill, right in your gooch. So
Love
you better
it.
be fucking ready. And that's all I have to say. So thanks guys for listening, and we'll see you next week. And see ya. Let's get rowdy up in here.